Let's talk about Luigi Mangione and how the left is reacting to his, he shooting the United Healthcare CEO. And people are already getting tattoos of what he wrote on those bullet casings, which is, the fan denied the post. This is crazy. This is crazy. And they're getting tattoos of the guy. All right. So, I have thought about this. If I keep the Jesus Nation and all this stuff, I'm afraid that at some point people are gonna try to tattoo their names or my name in their skin, and that would be uncomfortable. That would be definitely uncomfortable. It's like this is like some kind of if people say my name to get cozy, as I mentioned that aphrodisiac, it's like it was the word, right? They use aphrodisiac. Aphrodisiac is anything is possible. I would be worried. Imagine being a leftist and getting the Luigi Mangione tat and finding out the next day that he was concerned about the woke mind virus, unlike Joe Rogan. That would be incredible. But Vittorio made this amazing post that I'm going to read. No, don't. Tattoo Jesus on the chest. No, I'm not giving you ideas. CW, please. CW, please. Please, no. Don't do it. Tattoo Jesus in a necktie shape. Oh, that is. Oh, you tattoo like a tie. Like a tie with that would be nice. No. That is like cult stuff. I'm going to read Vittorio's post because it was really good. I haven't slept. Be Luigi Nicolas Mangione, born in 1998 in Maryland. Family is loaded. Grandfather built golf resorts and luxury clubs. Grows up in Towson, goes to elite private school. $40K per year tuition, but worth every penny. Valedictorian in 2016. Classmates describe him as inventive, courageous, charming. Ivy League material. Gets into UPenn. Studies computer science and math. Minors in philosophy. A red flag. Why would that be a red flag? Maybe if he loves Karl Marx. Maybe that. Co-founds a game dev club. Works on AI competitions. Perfect Chad. Handsome, athletic, ambitious. Graduates in 2020 with a BS-MS combo. Dream life unlocked. Lands data engineer job at TrueCar. Moves to San Francisco. Okay, you're living the life. But 2021. Again, this was tweeted by Vittorio, Iter Intellectus. I encourage you to follow Vittorio on X. 2021, cracks start forming. Gets into surfing accident while on vacation in Hawaii. Chronic low back pain becomes his entire personality. Can't work out, can't sit, can't live like a normal Chad anymore. Goes through the healthcare system hellscape. Insurance denies surgery. Spends on specialists. Treatments fail. Pain keeps getting worse. Resentment grows. Starts ranting about parasite healthcare execs. Yeah, this feels in many ways Saltzilla. This feels like MK Ultra stuff. Then gets weirdly into niche books. Crooked, outwitting the back pain industry. Back Mechanic by Stuart McGill. Ted Kaczynski's Industrial Society and Its Future. Posts online about banning porn. Toxic masculinity is under attack. Follows Erowid. Explores psychedelics for self-healing. Maybe with the psychedelics started. Tweets get spicier, but no one pays much attention. Now in 2022, this is the thing that changed. I think that this is the thing that changed it. goes on an ayahuasca retreat. There's a video that I should make about ayahuasca, in which if you don't have your things in order up here, your brain will be fried. Your mind will be fried. People get their minds fried with ayahuasca. And this is extremely dangerous. And maybe that's what happened to Harry. You know, just Harry, the Duke of Sausages. Maybe that's that he fried his head with ayahuasca. Desperate for relief, looking for answers beyond medicine, claims he saw God during the trip, but also fought off shadowy entities. Yeah, mind fried. Describes this as 6D demons trying to implant ideas into his mind. Later tweets cryptic things like, "Not all pain is physical. They feed on fear, but you can push them back if you see their shape." Absolutely, this looks like MK Ultra stuff. Healthcare is only a part of the cage. Friend thinks he's having a spiritual awakening, but vibe gets darker and deletes most of his old tweets, only posts sporadically after this. By 2023, he's fully withdrawn, but something about him seems different. Doesn't talk about the demons anymore, like the memory was scrubbed. And that same year, he leaves the company, TrueCar, moves to Hawaii permanently, broke, depressed, living off savings, spiraling quietly, becomes a ghost online, posts less, deletes a lot of old tweets, but what's left feels curated to on brand. Weird foreshadowing. It's like he was being set up. There's too many questions about this. It's like, how do we know all this about this guy, and we know so few stuff about Trump's shooter? You know how this works, right? It's like they're trying to set us up with these clues. Now, December 4, 2024, United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson is assassinated, shot outside Hilton Midtown Hotel in broad daylight. December 9, Luigi arrested at McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania, found with a 3D printed ghost gun. What is a ghost gun? 0 numbers, spooky tech vibes, and you can print a gun downloading the templates of the internet, and you can literally print a gun with a silencer, which in my understanding was also 3D printed, fake IDs. Why many fake IDs? Handwritten manifesto blaming healthcare execs for killing Americans. And if you thought that was weird, here is where it gets weird, says Vittorio. The manifesto calls CEOs parasites and powerful abusers, apologizes for any trauma caused, but says this had to happen. Specifically names United Healthcare as the enemy of the people, but it reads like something out of a Hollywood movie. Too polished, too coherent for a supposed back pain-ridden maniac. I mean, you either have somebody who is losing their minds, his mind, over this process of the back pain, the ayahuasca, the getting lost, the quitting your job, but at the same time you have this polished manifesto, no spelling errors, perfect grammar, emotional yet calculated, although we know that the guy is smart. We know his tweets. We read some of his tweets yesterday. And the timeline doesn't add up. Luigi's last known address was in Hawaii. How does he suddenly turn up in New York City? He uses a fake ID to check into a hostel near the crime scene. How convenient. Why near the crime scene? Why? Who would do such a thing? Goes from Hawaii to New York City to Pennsylvania in a matter of days. Why to Pennsylvania? Gets caught at a McDonald's after a nationwide manhunt. Really? I mean, this is so odd. The ghost gun raises red flags. Why would a guy like Luigi, Ivy grad, tech-savvy, spotless record, print a gun? Ghost guns are perfect deep state props. Untraceable, terrifying, buzzword-worthy, and very real, by the way. Feels like a setup to push the do-it-yourself domestic terrorism narrative. Like, oh, we have to control all this. We have to seize all the 3D printers. We have to seize all this. We need more control. We need more control. This is something that you can do in which you enable this narrative. You craft this narrative as a Fed, and then say, oh, you know what? You know what we are lacking? We're lacking more surveillance. We're lacking more. We need more control. We need so many things to avoid these things from happening. And we know that the CEOs of these huge insurance companies are going to agree on all that and then some. You can bet it. His social media suddenly blows up. Goodreads reviews of Ted Kaczynski go viral after the arrest. Tweets about healthcare and porn resurface, painting him as a radicalized genius. But the timing feels off. Like it was meant to create this image, to create this unsung hero, this hero that came out of nowhere to do justice by his own hands. Even if he had so much to lose, he decided to do this. You see that the kind of stuff that it is so astroturfed. It's like you wrote this in a fiction book. Everything would be out of place. Friends and family shocked. He was a good kid, never showed signs of violence, always so bright. Doesn't fit the profile of a guy who snap and assassinate a CEO. So this might be a psyop. This might be a psyop. Luigi, well, Vittorio says that it is a psyop. Luigi is the perfect recruit. Ivy League pedigree, media catnip relatable to both elites and normies. Chronic pain, universal sympathy, emotional hook for the masses. Again, this is a great analysis by Vittorio. Anti-healthcare sentiment taps into leftist rage against capitalism. Manosphere vibes taints the right with toxic masculinity optics. Heroin and psychedelics. MK Ultra callback. Easy to manipulate mindset. The 6D demon fight was part of the setup. Ayahuasca trip wasn't self-healing. It was an astral battleground. It is. We need to be wary that their demons are real. Meaning there are dimensions that we cannot explain. And these demons come from these dimensions. The astral battleground is something that is actually real. We need to be careful about that. Maybe at some point I will make a part of the show about this. CIA or another deep state group planted the entities to break his spiritual defenses. They didn't just want to brainwash him. They wanted to hollow him out completely. Does it sound similar to what we saw with the girl a few minutes ago? With the woman a few minutes ago that was hollowed out by this experience with 100 men? This is the thing that we are leading with. The fight left cracks in his psyche, making him easier to manipulate afterward. His cryptic tweets, they feed on fear, were cries for help before they fully got to him. By the time of the CEO murder, he's fully under their control. Either the demons broke him, or the deep state leveraged the battle to finalize his reprogramming. Again, it was not just about the CEO of the insurance companies. It was to send a message to the public. It was to send a statement. Oh, we need to prevent this kind of things. We need a lot more control if they didn't have enough control. Oh, the actual hit, not Luigi's doing. CIA or Mossad carried out the assassination. Silencer screams pro-job. Luigi's memories implanted to make him the fall guy. Ghost gun planted as evidence to tie him to the crime. Why this psyop now? Because right versus left was collapsing. Trump united Silicon Valley libertarians, populists, unions, and VC bros. That's right. Woke politics were dying, and no one cared about identity battles anymore. Deep state needed a new cultural fracture to maintain control. Again, this is one of the best analyses I have seen in a very long time. Just remember to make sure if you're on X, you follow Vittorio. We are not done yet, but just recalling that it's from Vittorio, Iter Intellectus, okay? ITER Intellectus. It is one of the best accounts out there. And solution: a class war. Kill a CEO, blame a relatable radical, watch the chaos unfold. We saw that. Taylor Lorenz took the bait perfectly. She took the bait. They wanted that bait. Taylor Lorenz took that bait beautifully. And she destroyed whatever was left of her career, taking that bait. Saying, oh yeah, we don't really want, but we do want, but it's normal that we want these people dead. This just fits. Left, Luigi is a hero fighting corporate greed. Right, he's a manosphere, not job demonizing capitalism. The coalition fractures. Rich versus poor takes center stage. Deeper goal, scare Silicon Valley VC into compliance. Don't back anti-establishment movements. Pit labor unions and working class populists against tech elites. Distract from actual healthcare corruption with calls for more surveillance. But the cracks are obvious. Manifesto reads like a marketing pitch for a class war. Too perfect. How does a supposed radical assassin not have an escape plan? That doesn't make sense. Ghost Gun is too convenient, like it was meant to terrify normies. Social media timeline feels curated. Where's the raw, messy history? It was scraped. It was clean. It was crafted, so it was the perfect narrative that they needed. The Psyop isn't just about Luigi. It's about sending a message. We control the narrative, and we can turn anyone into a villain or a hero. Don't question the system, or this could be you. Luigi didn't kill Brian Thompson. The deep state did. 310 Psyop, lazy execution, but it's working. Don't fall for it, and on. And yes, this exploded had, I don't know how many views does this have by this point. I think it had a lot of them, all of them. Let's see. I think it was like, how many views this, well, this is what happens when Vittorio can't sleep. You know that he begins to write this absolutely awesome, still has 4.3 million impressions. And yes, this absolutely sounds like this. I'm going to just make sure to give proper attribution to this analysis. Where am I? Vittorio, enter intellectuals, so you make sure that you follow him. You can find him. It's credit where credit is due. I think this is a perfect summary of what we have seen so far. All that has happened and a great analysis. Make sure that you follow Vittorio on X. All right.